What if the thing you believe is helping you is actually holding you back? You wake up one morning, sit on the edge of the bed, and feel it again. That strange, sinking weakness in your legs. It wasn't always this way. Once you moved with strength, with purpose. You didn't think twice before standing, walking, climbing stairs, taking on the world. But now your legs feel different. Not in a sharp, obvious way, in a quiet, unsettling way. A little more unstable, a little less alive. People tell you it's just part of getting older, that this is what happens, that slowing down is normal, but something inside you resists that answer. Something deep down says this isn't right. And maybe that instinct is correct, because what if the real cause of your leg weakness isn't age at all? What if something hidden in your daily routine, something you take with full trust, is slowly, quietly draining your strength? We're told to take care of ourselves, to be proactive, to protect our bodies with vitamins and supplements. For decades, we've been sold the idea that more is better, more vitamins, more protection, more energy. But sometimes more is not better. Sometimes more is a trap. There are two common vitamins that millions of people over 60 take every single day, not because they are bad choices, but because they've been told these vitamins are good. Essential, necessary, and yet, recent research suggests these two vitamins, so trusted, so familiar, might be secretly weakening your legs, stealing your balance, and accelerating the very decline you're trying to avoid. That truth hits hard because it means you've been trying to do the right thing, and it's been working against you. But here's what matters most. This is not the end. This is a moment of awakening. A chance to turn things around, a chance to regain control over your body, your movement, your life. Think about everything your legs have carried you through, the places you've been, the people you've stood beside. The moments you've run toward and the storms you've stood through. Your legs are more than just limbs. They are your foundation. When your legs feel strong, you feel unstoppable. When they weaken, life shrinks. Your confidence dips, the world starts to feel smaller, but you're not here to shrink. You're here to rise. That starts with truth, the uncomfortable kind, the kind that shakes your beliefs. Because if you've been unknowingly consuming something that's draining your strength, it's not your fault. But it is your responsibility to make a change once you know. This isn't about fear. This is about freedom. The freedom that comes from knowing what's really going on in your body. The freedom that comes from making informed decisions instead of blindly following habits. The freedom that comes from taking back your power, one step at a time. Stay with this message until the end because you deserve to know what's been hidden. You deserve to understand the real reasons behind the quiet weakness you've felt. And more than anything, you deserve to stand strong again, with confidence, clarity, and control. No one talks about this, not on the labels, not in the commercials, not in the quick fix advice shouted across social media. But you're not looking for noise, you're looking for truth, you're looking for what actually works, and you're ready to do what most won't. Dig deeper, listen closer, and act smarter. There is no expiration date on strength. There is no age limit to living well. What matters is what you do now, what you learn, what you change, what you choose to leave behind, especially when it's something you once believed in. This is more than a warning. It's a wake-up call. It's your moment to challenge the quiet decline and say, not me, not today. You've come too far, you've fought too hard, you have too much life left to let something so small, so seemingly harmless, dictate the way you live. You are not helpless, you are not fragile, you are not a victim of time, you are powerful, capable, unshaken, and in the moments ahead, you'll discover exactly what you need to avoid, and why walking away from it might just help you walk stronger than you have in years. This is your body, your life, your strength, and now it's your move. You were never meant to feel weak, not in your legs, not in your spirit, and certainly not from something that was supposed to protect you. This is where the truth begins to break through the noise. It's not always the absence of effort that causes decline. Sometimes it's the wrong kind of effort, the trusted daily habits, the quiet routines. The things we don't question because we've been told they're good for us, but the body after 60 is different. It listens more closely, it responds more sensitively, and the very same substances that once supported health can now quietly erode it. Take vitamin E, it's everywhere, multivitamins, skin products, energy boosters, and for years it's been praised. for its antioxidant powers, its role in heart health, its supposed ability to fight aging. But here's what they rarely say. When you take too much, especially in supplement form, it doesn't just pass through. It accumulates, builds up in your system, and when that happens, something subtle but serious begins. Vitamin E in excess can thin your blood. That might sound harmless, even beneficial, but the truth is far more personal. Thinner blood means slower healing. It means easier bruising. It means that the smallest bump turns into a painful mark. But deeper than that, it affects balance, it affects muscle tone, it affects the firmness and function of your legs. You may feel dizzy when you stand, unsteady when you walk, slower when you climb stairs. Not because your body is failing, but because too much of one healthy thing is silently sabotaging your strength. No one tells you this, the bottle doesn't warn you, the ads don't mention it. And yet, study after study confirms high doses of vitamin E over time can interfere with muscle strength and coordination, especially in older adults, and still it's sold freely, promoted boldly, taken without thought. But now you know, and knowing gives you power. Then there's vitamin A, another staple, another so-called hero, essential in small doses, yes, important for vision, for skin, for immunity, but when it's taken synthetically in high amounts over time, it can turn from helpful to harmful. Vitamin A toxicity isn't rare, it's just rarely talked about, and when it hits, it doesn't scream, it whispers through muscle aches, through bone tenderness, through a strange stiffness that slows you down. Your legs don't move like they used to, not because of age, but because something inside is weighing them down. Vitamin A, when overconsumed, stores in fat, it builds up, it disrupts muscle recovery, weakens coordination, damages bone structure. It can even lead to fractures from nothing more than a small misstep, and if you're over 60, your tolerance isn't what it used to be. What once felt safe is now a slow erosion. One capsule at a time. It's not about fear, it's about responsibility, because once you understand what's really happening inside your body, you gain control. You can question what goes in, you can read the labels differently. You can replace blind routine with conscious choice. Imagine what changes when you stop unknowingly feeding weakness, when you start choosing strength with every decision, every bottle, every moment. Your legs don't just carry you, they support your life, your freedom, your ability to walk into rooms without hesitation, to climb stairs without pain, to stand tall without fear. There's nothing passive about strength. It's not something you hope for. It's something you fight for, and right now the fight isn't with age. It's with misinformation, with habits that no longer serve you, with supplements that promised more than they delivered. You've been told to add more, but sometimes power comes from removing the wrong things, creating space for your body to breathe, to heal, to recover the strength that never truly left. It was just buried under the weight of choices you didn't know were harming you. That changes today. You don't need to accept quiet decline. You don't need to wait for permission to take control. You are not here to be passive. You are here to rise, and rising starts with clarity. With the courage to face hard truths. With the wisdom to know that health isn't about doing what everyone else does. It's about doing what works for you. The body speaks. It always has. That tightness in your legs. That hesitation when you stand, that ache that shows up without warning, it's not just age, it's a message, a signal, a chance to listen closer, and when you do, everything begins to shift. You walk steadier. You feel stronger. You trust your body again. You were never meant to crumble quietly. You were meant to rise boldly. Now is the moment you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What have I been putting into my body?" And then you change it. Because real strength doesn't come from doing what you're told. It comes from learning the truth, choosing differently, and walking forward with power in every step. That power is still inside you. It always was. And now, you're finally unlocking it.